Hello everybody, my name is Owen, and welcome to a mod spotlight on a mod I'm very excited for, the Aether 2 version 1.01. Now this mod right now is currently in an alpha state, so it's fairly new. It was released only 2 days ago, and it's a very cool mod. For any of you who have played the original Aether, many of the features you were familiar with back then you'll still have, but there are also many new things in the mod that have been added, and that are going to be added. So without further ado, let's get into the mod. So, to get into the Aether, well first I guess I should explain what it is. The Aether is essentially the anti-Nether. It's the opposite of the Nether. So the Nether is a dark, cave-like area, where the Aether is a nice, open place in the sky that's not dark, and the daytime there actually lasts 3 times longer than the daytime in the overworld, so daytime up there is 30 minutes. So to get to the Aether, you're going to need yourself some glowstone, and what you do is you have to make a portal. The portal is made just like the portal for the Nether. The only difference though is that it's made out of glowstone. So you make yourself your portal, and then to light the portal, you don't use a flint and steel. You use because the flint and steel represent fire. So because the Aether is the opposite, you use water. So right click on the portal. Okay, that didn't work. I guess you have to right click the bottom. Yeah, right click the bottom here for the portal to open, and then you jump in. Alright, so here we are in the Aether, and you'll notice that we're floating. Oh look, flying whales. Anyways, the first thing you'll notice is that we're floating, so you're going to want to bring lots of blocks to be able to to build to a landmass. And I'm gonna check out those whales first. So there are many new things, which I'll get into all this stuff eventually. But right now, I guess we might as well, yeah, you're going to get quite a bit of lag when you're playing this, just because it's an alpha version. But I want to check out these whales. They don't have a hitbox. You can't kill them. And they just kind of fly out. They don't do anything. They just kind of fly around. But they're still pretty cool looking. Oh, alright, anyways. Back to the portal. Where was the portal? Where was it? It was over here somewhere. Okay, anyways. So the portals will you're going to most likely spawn floating like that. I mean, chances are you're going to be spawn floating and you're not going to spawn over a landmass, or at least not a large landmass. So you're going to want to build building blocks to build a bridge to where you're going to want to go to. I know these things here, these are fairly interesting. These are clouds. Now, there are a couple different types of clouds, and they all have their own special abilities. These are called blue arrow clouds, or air clouds, blue air clouds. So let me switch on over into survival here. Now, landing on clouds is good for a few reasons. Oh, wow. Okay, so if you hold shift on them, you don't bounce. Good to know. But you can fall through. So, clouds are good for a few reasons. First off is that you don't take fall damage when you hit them. So I could jump from way up here down onto one of those clouds down there, and I wouldn't take fall damage. So they're a good, easy way to kind of like maneuver your way around the Aether. Oh, it's starting to become nighttime. Wonder if this will work in here. Yep, okay. And the best part about them is you can collect them. So you can go and you can make yourself your bridge out of them. Oh, God. So let's take a jump on down to that one down there. Hopefully, I don't think I'll fall through it. Yeah, see? You don't fall through. And you kind of like sink part way into them. So the cold... Is that what this is? Yeah, the cold air cloud. It's nothing special. It's just your basic cloud block. So, the green one over here, let's go check out the green one. The green one, when you land on it, it'll bounce you off in a random direction. So you really don't want to land on these. They will prevent your fall damage, but like I said, they'll shoot you off in a random direction, and who knows what will happen. So now you have this, and I think, this is the same one? Yeah, this is the same one. Purple arrow clouds will shoot items and entities in a certain direction. You can see which direction by looking at the top here. There's like a little arrow. I'm pretty sure that's the way. Yeah, that's the way that it'll blow them. So like if I was to land on this cloud, it would shoot me off in that direction. So if you collect these and you place one down, that was weird. Yeah, like I said, it's still an alpha, so there's going to be bugs when it comes to a lot of the features. And that's one of the bugs I have noticed, that when you're in creative... Oh, lag. When you're in creative, sometimes it doesn't let you place blocks. Anyways. Okay. So, when they fix it, though, when you place the purple ones, whichever way you're facing is the way it's going to blow. And yeah, so this is fun. On to the next thing. So I guess right now may be a good time to describe the changes to the menu. Let me get into a safe spot and I'll explain those. Just to go over on this cloud over here. So if you look, well, not the menu, but sorry, not the menu, but the player inventory, you'll notice a couple different things. First off, you'll notice all of these. The Aether adds a whole bunch of new accessories, I guess you could call them, that all have special effects. There's pendants, capes. I don't know what this one is. I don't think there's anything that goes there yet. Gloves, and then there's 2 slots for rings. Also, down here you'll notice 2 other things, or well, 3 things. One of them is grayed out, and 2 of them aren't. The Book of Lore. Eventually, the Aether is going to be having like a storyline, like a lore to it, which you'll be able to access through this button here. Right now, there's also a social button, which if I click on it, it says Forever Alone, single player. Basically, the Aether allows for a more unified and formal way to create groups of people. So instead of having to use a plugin like the Factions plugin, you can now use this mod, and using this, you can create groups of people, which I will demonstrate later on in this video. There's also the Donator tab. So if you click on that, you'll see that you are not a donator. This menu is for donators to activate unique visuals that do not affect gameplay. So it does exactly what it sounds like. You can change the color of your MOA and the color of a cape. But I do not have donator status, so I cannot demonstrate that. But you'll have to take my word for it. There's more information about that on the forum thread. Alright, so now I think I'm going to talk about some of the other world gen that's in the Aether. So first you have these golden oaks. Now the golden oaks, they're semi-rare. I mean, they're not too terribly hard to find, but they're rarer than normal trees. And the special thing about these is that when you break these blocks here, you have a chance of getting a golden amber. Yeah, golden amber, I'm pretty sure. That's what you get. Yeah, golden amber. And the golden amber is used to make quite a few things, which I'll show you later on when it becomes relevant. You can get saplings from these, and remember though, it's a rare chance that these will drop the amber. So they're definitely worth checking out. Secondly, you have these. These are, oh god. No, I don't know why it attacked me. I'm in creative. Anyways, these are sky root. Yeah, sky roots. Sky root trees. They're your basic trees. They come in a couple different colors. And from them you get sky root logs. And using sky root logs you can make sky root planks. And sky root planks also make unique sky root sticks. And also make unique Skyroot crafting tables. Now, they function the same as their overworld counterparts. They're just different textured and unique for this dimension. Now you might also notice this thing up here. I don't really know how to bring it up, but if I go here, you can see it says I have 0 something. Basically, those are like little coins you get from killing mobs. They don't have a use as of yet, I don't think, but I'm sure they'll have a use in the future because remember, this mod still has many things left that are not completed. Also, keep in mind that all of these flowers here, like the purple and the white flowers, can be turned into the respective dye colors, the same way other flowers can be. Alright, so in the Aether, if you don't bring food, you need to have some way you can actually, acquire food. And those ways do exist. What they are is, one of the easiest ways are these. These are berry bushes. So what you do is you just have to find them scattered around the world, and you just harvest them like that, and they drop a berry. So I got a blueberry from this. Now you can then destroy the stem here, pick it up, and replant it somewhere, and I actually wonder if bone meal will work on it. Let's find out. Okay, so bone meal does not work on them. And these here are orange fruit tree saplings. So I guess it's kind of interesting that you get 2. I think it might be a bug. I guess if you destroy each part individually, at least on that one, I got 2. Anyways, there are a couple different fruit trees, I think. Let's go into the creative menu and go to the food tab on the Aether section. So you can get golden gummies, I think it's supposed to be sweet, healing stone, blueberry, gingerbread man, candy cane, white apple, enchanted berry, rainbow straw, and orange. So the oranges you get from these trees once they're fully grown. The strawberries come from, let's see if I can see if there's one around here. They come from plant mobs that are scattered around the world. I don't see any right around here, but if I find them later on, I will definitely cut to that part right now and show you guys. Alright, now it's time to talk about some of the basic blocks that make up the world. So one of them that is actually fairly useful is this, quick soil. Now, the Nether has soul sand, which slows you down, and the Aether has quick soil, which, dang, creative thing doesn't work for some reason, but there is some down here. Quick soil does what you'd think it sounds like it does. It makes you quick when you move along it. You start out kind of slow, but you build up speed, and it's like impossible to stop once you start moving. So it's very dangerous near the edge, but if you harvest it, which you can make some pretty cool, interesting contraptions with it. Okay, so some of the other blocks in the Aether is this stuff here. This is like the equivalent of stone. It's called Holy Stone, and it doesn't do anything that is too special, but it can be made into tools, and it's also used in a bunch of the recipes. So you should definitely collect it. The tools all have special abilities, and this is one of the lower tier tools, but that does not mean it has a bad special ability. It actually has one of the best ones, I think. Another one of the blocks that you can find scattered around the world is this stuff here. This is called Ice Stone. Ice Stone, it's not slippery like ice, but it is used in the freezer, and it also is used, it can be used to automatically freeze any water any water that's near it. So if we make a big trench here and put some ice stone in it, bam, all of it freezes. I don't exactly know how large the radius is, but it freezes a pretty big portion, as you can see from that. Alright, so there are 4 different kinds of ores that spawn in this world that you need to collect if you want to live here. First, you've got this ore here, which is continuum ore, which you mine and you get the continuum. Yeah, the continuum ore. Then there's this one, which we'll get to in a minute. There's this one, which is ambrosium ore, which you get ambrosium shards from. Ambrosium is very important because using ambrosium, you can make ambrosium torches, which act like normal torches, yet they have different uses later on, which are very important, which will help you actually get around this floating place. Okay, so the next ore is this one here. It's called Zanite ore, and from that you get a Zanite gemstone. And this one's here is very peculiar, because it's called Gravite ore. And if I was to destroy this block here, flies away. Yep, Gravite ore will float if nothing is above it. Although when it hits world limit, it breaks and falls down. But that's a pain way to mine. See, like, look, there it is. So then you mine it, and you get the ore itself, which you then don't cook in a furnace. You do it some other way, which I'll get into later on. I just wanted to show you the ores that you want to collect. Alright, so now I want to talk about the mobs of this dimension. Just get rid of all this stuff. So, there are many peaceful mobs in this world, and there's also many hostile mobs. Many of the mobs you can use, many of them will kill you at an instant. But a lot of these, basically, from in the spawn egg menu, from here all the way down to over here, I think they're all dungeon mobs, which I'm not going to show you because I'm going to leave. I'll show you what the dungeons are, but I'm not going to go into one and show you how to beat them because that's part of the adventure. So first off is the air whale, which you guys actually saw at the very beginning of this mod spotlight, flying in the sky. They don't do anything as of yet, they just kind of fly around. But I know they're going to have uses later on in the future. I think they look pretty cool. So next is the Fig. I have no idea how to say half these things because they're all weird letters. Anyways, Fig. It's a pig with golden wings. And I think, actually, you can ride them. Yep. See the little bar up there? I'm pretty sure that's its health. Now, the Fig, it can jump very high and glide. So you can use that to get from island to island if you happen to have a saddle on you. Whee! So, they're very useful. You can, I think you can breed them. In fact, we can test that in a minute once I land. I just want to make sure I land in a good spot. Okay, get off. Let's get some carrots here. Let's see, can I breed them? Maybe if I use wheat? I'm just curious to see if this would actually work or not. Okay, I'm not sure if you can breed them, but that's not that important. Alright, so next you have the air bunny. Yeah, it's a little bunny rabbit. And they jump around and they make little poofs of cloud stuff. And if you right click on them, come back here. If you right click on them, you put them on your head. Yeah, because I guess bunnies like riding on head. And as of right now, this does nothing. But I think in the future what's going to happen is it's going to allow you to jump higher and do like a little bit of like a double jump type thing. And to get it off, you just have to... wonder how you get it off. I don't know. I guess, I don't know. I shift right-clicked and looked down. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to do it, but it works. Alright, so next, I'm going to want to go back into creative, is the sheep huff, which, it's a sheep. Nothing special, it's a sheep. You can dye them, you can shear them. Them, I'm pretty sure you can breed. So next we have one of the first hostile mobs, the cockatrice. It's a bird, see? It's a funny bird, it makes lots of funny sounds. When you hit them, they shoot you with darts that cause poison and nausea for 10 seconds apiece. So I need to get rid of him. Let's give myself a nice diamond sword here. And kill him. Oh yeah, see, I got some coins there from killing him. Oh, it's nausea. I'll save the moas for last. Then you have the acorn plant, which they spawn like this, and they do the same thing as the cockatrice, as they shoot you with the darts. These are actually very important. You want to find these, and you need to kill them. Oh god, this is so disorienting. To get their petals. And also, if you make a skyroot bucket, and you right-click on the acorn plants, you get a poison bucket. Oh my god. So dizzying. Sorry, I apologize for that. So you want to get these petals, they're very important. Next is the Zephyr, which is this guy. The Zephyr, to attack you, what it does is it shoots clouds at you that knock you in the air. So they don't hurt you directly. They don't hurt you directly, but they'll hurt you by throwing you in the air and you take fall damage. So if you find some way to negate fall damage, or if you have like feather falling, they're not that big of a threat. But they're a big threat when you're near the edge, because they can easily knock you right off the edge. And last is the Zephyru. Oh, and quick note on the Zephyrs. There's two different variants. There's a normal variant here, and then there's a like dark variant, like what we saw earlier. It's like dark and glowing. When they hit you with their whatever, they cause lightning to also strike, so they're much more dangerous. Then there's the Zephyru, who, as far as I can tell, serve absolutely no purpose except to hop around and be all fuzzy. Yep, they're sky kangaroos. You can attack them, they don't attack back, they just jump around, and he just jumped off the edge almost. Okay then. Alright, now we're going to be moving on to probably one of the coolest parts of this mod. Let me just get myself some fences really quick. And that part is MOAs. MOAs are probably your best bet for transportation in the Aether. This is a MOA. They spawn naturally, and they spawn in 3 different variants. They spawn white, blue, and brown. I don't know if I can get a brown one, because brown one is rare. So they usually spawn in groups, and you can actually tame them. But you cannot tame them when they're in this state here. Like this, by now, they're too far. They're adults, they don't want to be tamed. They're not hostile. You can attack them, they don't attack you. So what you have to do is... Oh, I'm stuck in here. Really, you just have to wait, because after a while, one of them will lay an egg, and that egg you then can pick up. So, because I don't want to wait for them to lay an egg, I'm just going to get myself... Should have spawned myself. There's 3 different kinds of eggs. There's the black... Oh, it's black, not brown. There's blue, black, and white. We have blue and white in there. So I'm going to get black. So let's say I want myself a black MOA. What I do is I'm going to need something called the incubator, which the incubator, sorry about that, The incubator is used to hatch Moa eggs, and it is crafted. So the incubator is crafted by 8 holy stone, so 8 of this stuff here, this holy stone, which is this, you mine it, around an ambrosium torch. So you right click on this and you see it has 2 slots. What you do is you put your egg in the top, and the eggs can also be found in dungeons. And then you need ambrosium torches. This music is really loud and obnoxious. You put the torches down there and this blue light lights up, and that slowly heats up your egg. And you'll see that right there you're going to get little tiny increases in this bar. And when that bar is full, your Moa hatches. And then those pellets, not the what's it called? The petals. The acorn petals. That's when the acorn petals come into play. So I'm just going to fence this in. So the creative glitch only seems to happen when you use the pick block key on things. But if you get it from the menu, it's fine. So as you can see, it's starting to fill up, and it uses up the torches. So I'm not sure how many torches. So far it's used 2, so I'm going to say it's going to use probably like 12, maybe like 12 torches, 10, 12 torches. So we'll come back here in a minute and see how that has gone. Alright guys, so our little Moa here is really close to hatching, and there we go, he hatched. Now this is the black Moa, and the black Moa is the rarest, and I'm pretty sure it's the best Moa you can get. So we need some more of those petals to make him love us. So all you do is you have to feed him the petals as he grows up. He'll eat 1 petal every couple of minutes. I think it's 3 to 4 minutes. So I'll keep raising him as time goes on. But meanwhile, I'm going to go and do other parts of the mod spotlight. So there's going to be lots of cuts when it comes to him. Alright, see you in a bit. A little tip on the Moas. To make them grow to full size, the Moas require varying amounts of the acorn petals. Blue Moas take 4, white Moas take 6, and the black Moas here take 9. So I'm going to be here a while he starts to eat, because he'll only eat every few minutes, and he's only eaten 4 so far. Cool. Just ate another one. So I'll be back when this guy is ready to be full grown. Alright there. Our little buddy is all grown up. So now what you have to do is you put a saddle on him, which I have already done, and you can now ride him. See, look. You hold spacebar. Every time you tap spacebar, he flaps up higher and higher. You can full control over him. Does not take fall damage. He glides. Shift is to go down. So you can go around and fly with him. But you see the feathers there. Those feathers are how many times he can flap upwards. Like before he has to go down. You know? That's kind of basically his stamina. So that's how many times you can flap upward before he has to touch back down. So I'm going to land him back into his pen. So the Moas are probably the best way to fly around. And I highly advise getting a hold of one as quickly as you possibly can. Hello there, Moa. Alright. So. Alright. So. With this new dimension and all of this new material, there are definitely new tools that you can get. There are Skyroot tools, Holy Stone tools, Zanite tools, and Gravitite tools. Now each one of these tool sets have their own special abilities. And I'm just going to demonstrate the pickaxe's special ability, because the ability is all the same, it's just what it's used on is a bit different. So let me kind of dig into here a bit, just so I can get some stone exposed. Alright, and then I'll switch, actually I need to give myself a sword in case something attacks me. Oh yeah, and there's also the Valkyrie tools, which are, I think they're new. I'm not entirely sure on that, but we'll get into that in a second. See, I'm just kind of nervous about that guy back there, so I'm going to get myself a Zanite sword. Alright, so the Skyroot tools here, let me switch into survival. The Skyroot tools, their special ability is, well, they have the same durability as a wooden tool, so it's 60 uses. And when you mine up, being attacked, this is what I was worried about. See, this place sucks. I'm going to be attacked by that guy. So let's see if I can fight him all nauseated and poisoned. Okay. You know what, I'm just going to stay over here. Anyways, as I was saying... Oh, sorry about that. As I was saying, with the Skyroot tools, when you mine a block, you get double. Yeah, you get double of whatever you're mining. Now keep in mind though that the Skyroot tools can't mine a lot of the higher tier stuff, and you're not guaranteed to get double. It's a chance. So they're fairly useful though. And oh, I was just scared for a second there. All of the tools will get you, the Skyroot tools will get you double of the block that tool is intended to be used on. So like for example, shovel will get you double dirt, axe will get you double wood, and you'll get double mob drops from killing mobs with a Skyroot sword. Next, the Holy Stone tools. The Holy Stone tools gives you a chance of that the tool itself will drop a shard of ambrosium when used. So if you see that one shard right there is one that dropped when I was mining randomly. It's a very random chance. There's no pattern. There's no percentage that it always happens at. It's just kind of completely random. So, see, there's another one. It's a good way to get this ambrosium because it is needed. And the same goes for the axe and the sword and everything. Next are the Zanite tools. The Zanite tools, their special ability is that they become more powerful as the tool is damaged. So they're as strong as iron, so they're equivalent to iron, and as time goes on they become better and better. So as the uses get lower and lower, they become stronger and stronger. The sword will do more hit, this will mine faster. This is very interesting. And last, but certainly not least, is the Gravitite pickaxe. Uh-oh. That's not good. Do not want to get... They're probably everywhere. Okay. While this is running out, I'll explain to you what you do. So with the Gravitite pickaxe, its ability is if you right-click on a block... That's interesting. I don't think this is exactly working right now. But what's supposed to happen is if you right click on a block that tool is meant to harvest, that block will start to float up in the air like Gravitite does. It's the same strength as diamond, but it mines quicker, so it has same amount of uses but mines much quicker. And using the Gravitite sword, you can right click on mobs and the mobs will fly up into the air. Now, all of these are crafted the way you'd expect. Skyroot tools using Skyroot planks, Holy Stone tools using just pieces of Holy Stone, Zanite tools using the Zanite gems, but the Gravitite pickaxes are not crafted the same exact way, because they're actually special, and I'll get into what you have to use enchanted Gravitite, which I'll get into what that is later on. And last but not least, you have your Valkyrie pickaxe, which the Valkyrie pickaxe you can only get through the reward from dungeons. And as you can see, I can mine really far away with these. That's its ability. with the Valkyrie tools, you can mine up to 10 blocks away, which is very, very far. That's ridiculously far. And the same with the rest of the tools, you can hit very far. So that's really it for the tools. Now it's time to move on to the armor. So the first kind of armor we have here is Zanite armor. This armor is crafted the way you'd think, same way all the other armor is crafted, whereas these here are crafted. Let me actually get myself some get myself some Zanite. And then let me get myself a crafting table. I'll get myself a Skyroot crafting table. I'm also going to need some string too. STR string. Alright. So, first things first. So you know how to make the chest plate and boots and stuff. To make the gloves, you do that. To make the Zanite ring, you do that. To make the Zanite pendant, you do this. And that's how you get all those. So, when you put them on, these go here, and they go on your hands, as you can see. See, you can see on your first-person character, and they're required to have the full set bonus. So you put all this stuff on. Actually, I want to show you this first. When you put... the ring is just for visual, but when you put on the gloves, the pendant you can kind of see there, but when you're wearing a chest plate, you can't see it. So, the pendant and the ring speed up your, well, the armor and the gloves. As they get more damage, they're stronger and more resistant. Whereas the pendant and the gloves, they speed up your mining speed by 3 times when they're both worn. So that's what they do by themselves, is they each speed up the mining speed a little bit, but together they speed it up 3 times. So that's the Zanite armor for you. Take all that stuff off and put it all back in this chest. Let me just put away like all this stuff. I don't need any of this. Alright, put this all away. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, that's fine. Next, we've got Gravitite armor. Gravitite armor is the most powerful craftable armor you can get. It is made with enchanted gravite in the shape of armor as you saw before. So, it's very strong and gives you the ability to jump high. However, right now I do not think that it's exactly working. I don't think any of the gravite stuff is working right now. However, this is the most powerful, and it's equivalent to diamond, I'd have to say. It looks pretty cool too. So next up is the Phoenix armor. This is... I was wrong saying this was craftable. This is not craftable. This is the first type of armor that you can get. Like I think this is the lowest tier armor you can get in dungeons. So you put it all on. It looks pretty fancy. And look at that. You put it all on. You have a little bit of a fire thing. You have a fire resistance, so you're completely resistant to fire, which is nice. And it's very, very nice. It's very nice, I think. So you can't take any kind of fire damage, so it's good for bringing back to the overworld, so you can bring all this stuff back to the overworld. So, I guess there's also a secret with this that I wonder if there's anything around. I don't know if I can show it to you actually. There's a secret that is actually very cool with these, which actually would help to show you the next type of armor, obsidian armor. So, I do not know if this feature is active yet, but we can at least try. So let's see, did it work? Didn't look like it worked. In the old version, if you touched water wearing a phoenix armor, you would turn into obsidian armor, which is the next armor we're going to be looking at here. Here we go. Obsidian armor. Obsidian armor is one of the most powerful types of armor you can get. Oh wow. However, when you're wearing it, as you can see, you get slowness 2, but you also get resistance 4. So, it can only be found inside of dungeons, but it can also be created using the water thing with Phoenix armor when that's active. Now, this here reduces damage by 30%, and this is the Aether counterpart of Diamond. This is like the equivalent of Diamond, but it's 30% stronger. And it's impossible to craft. There's no way to craft it. So that's that armor for you. Put all this stuff away. Now the next armor is Neptune armor. This one looks pretty cool, and I have a feeling it's going to be something swimming. So, this one's kind of hard to show, unless we're in the overworld, but with Neptune armor, oh, we can kind of see it here. Using Neptune armor, it makes you much faster in water. Like, look at that, I can move normal speed in water, which is nice. Actually, I think it's a bit faster than normal speed. So that's what Neptune armor does. Can only be found in a dungeon. And last but not least, we have the best armor in the game, Valkyrie armor. Now this one here, I want to get something else to go along with this. You can get these capes. I'm not going to tell you how, but they all do special things, which I'm going to leave up to you guys to find out. But I will show you this one, because this one here is probably one of my favorite. When you have the full set, you get this pair of wings here, which allow you to fly. See? Look, if you hold down spacebar, basically you fall very slowly, you don't take fall damage. And when you hold down spacebar, you kind of glide up, but then eventually you start to fly back down. So you can't just fly forever, but you can glide very far with this stuff. It's very nice. And for this to do that, you need to have the full set. If you don't have the full set, and the full set does not include the cape, but if you, let's say, didn't have that, what you would do instead, you'd take fall damage and die. So you don't want to be missing any part before you try to start doing that. So it's very rare and very hard to get, but it's definitely worth it. Alright, now I want to talk about some of the other weapons that I have not talked about yet. A lot of these weapons are specific to dungeon loot. So for example, like these here are all dungeon loot, whereas the Gravitite Sword, the Zanite Sword, these here are craftable. However, there are these I've not talked about, the dart shooters. The golden darts are crafted. I will show you how they're crafted because I am a nice person. I need a stick. I think it has to be a skyroot stick, and then I'm pretty sure I need a golden this. I'm also going to need a crafting table, so I'm going to get rid of this Phoenix one. Crafting table. So feather, stick, this, maybe? Yep, there we go. Golden dart. That's how you make them. And the cool thing about dart shooters is there are a couple different kinds. There's the poison dart shooter, which you get by combining the golden dart shooter with the poison bucket. You can get a couple different kinds of darts. The poison dart by combining a golden dart with a poison bucket. There's the enchanted dart, which you use a dart in the enchanter. And then there's the different shooters. So I'm just going to demonstrate this one shooter. All you do is you right click and it shoots it. Now the cool thing about darts is that unlike arrows, darts are not affected by gravity. They shoot straight and true forever. See, like that dart just shot straight and true all the way over to here, all the way and hit that tree. That's the best part about these, is that they are not affected by gravity, so you can shoot them over very long distances and take out mobs from very far away. And you can kind of spam them very fast. See, look at that, just killed that poor sheep. So that's all there really is else to know about the weapons. Congratulations, you know all there is to know about weapons. Alright, so the next block I'm going to show you is called the freezer. The freezer is made like so, with holy stone, ice stone in the middle, and 3 of them. You get yourself the freezer. And the freezer, you put on the freezer, and it's got the different outputs here. In the bottom there, you have to put the bottom there, you have to put ice stone. Ice stone is the fuel for this. Now, there are a couple of different things you can do with this. You can turn iron and gold pendants into ice pendants. I mean ice rings and stuff, which I will show you what these special ones do later on. It takes a while, so I might skip that one. You can also actually turn water buckets into ice blocks, lava buckets into obsidian, and regular cold air clouds into blue air clouds using this. So that's what the freezer does. Alright, so the next block I'm going to be showing you is one you should definitely make relatively early on. It's called the altar. The altar is made like so, and actually looks very cool. Oh, sorry, I need to go nighttime. Let me turn it to day. So the altar has many different purposes. It is fueled by ambrosium shards, which I have here, and to get them to, like there is no interface. You can right-click on it, no interface. What you have to do is you right-click with the ambrosium on there, and you see that it kind of all appears on there. You can put I think that's the max. And you see they spin around, and if you right-click on it, they all come off. So, to use it, you do this, and it can do a couple different things. First, it can turn gravitite ore into enchanted gravitite. It can repair damaged tools. It can repair damaged armor, but that only works on craftable armor. It can turn music discs into blue music discs, which play Aether music. It can turn quick soil into quick soil glass, and it can turn blueberries into enchanted blueberries. So I'm going to show you the gravitite ore as an example. So you right-click with the gravitite ore, and it uses up some of the ambrosia, and it gives you enchanted gravitite. And you just, you do that, and then you just keep doing that as much as you can until all of your gravitite is fully, done. And I want to get myself as much of this as possible. So, for example, if I put on this enchanted gravitite, you can see that it doesn't actually float away. It only floats away with the redstone signal. And when you harvest it, you get the block back. And this, I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's how you get your gravitite tools. So that's really all there is for the enchanter. I'll let you guys explore the rest of the things to see what they do. And, yep. Alright guys, now the last thing I have to show you in this mod are the dungeons. Now I'm not going to go into the dungeons, but I'm going to show you what they look like. Now, the whole point of coming to the Aether is to find these dungeons and to conquer them. In the dungeons, there is a set of mini-bosses with one giant boss. That giant boss, when you kill it, it will give you... let's see if I can find it. It will give you one of these keys here. These keys are extremely, extremely important. The keys are what will allow you to get out and get your treasure. So do not embark into a dungeon unless you are fully prepared to be in there a while. They're a maze. They're ridiculous. And they're very difficult, because there are spawners everywhere, and there's mobs, and there are different levels of dungeons, and I can't seem to be finding one. But I will find one, I promise that. Well, I'll be back when I find a dungeon. Alright guys, I'm in my first test world because I know that there's a dungeon here. This is what a dungeon looks like. This is the entrance to the dungeon. You can see it says available because I can get into it. So what you do is you right click here and it says, warning, you are about to enter the Slider's Labyrinth on your own. This dungeon is very dangerous and can result in losing items, blah 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 blah. Enter, you enter, and that's the end of your life. I should not have entered. I'm leaving it. I actually need to enter. And you can, each dungeon can be left 3 times before you can no longer leave it. So I'm going to leave it, and I don't know what's going on. I'm spazzing out. But as you can see, the dungeons are very dangerous, very scary, and good luck if you're able to conquer one. Congratulations. There are really good loot in there. Alright everybody, I think that just about covers the entirety of the Aether mod. Now remember, it's still in alpha, so it's not complete, and when the new versions come out for 1.52 and stuff like that, I will definitely do a spotlight on them and show you all the new features there are. I guess the last thing I can show you is what happens when you fall off of the Aether. That's right, you fall directly back into the overworld, and you always land directly on top of your portal. So I guess that's a good thing. Or I guess that's not my portal, that's a portal that spawned. Well, anyways guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I covered everything. If I forgot anything, please let me know in the comments, and we'll put it in the description. Thanks for everything, and I'll keep you updated on any of the new updates that come out. Alright, have a good one.